Hey, happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a safe and prosperous 2022 and a better upcoming 2023 for everybody involved. And over on my side of the pond, um, we're going to be doing a couple of new things and got some very interesting interviews lined up for the next 2 months on the Darkened Hour podcast. Um, I just constructed my longest article to date about the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which I'll link in the bottom of the description here in the video. It is over 26,000 words. It's my longest article to date, my most comprehensive article, and to me, one of the most important events pre 9/11 that is hardly ever mentioned anymore, due to the fact that we are now uh, almost we are past the 30-year mark regarding the events of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. In fact, it will be 30 years coming up in the next month. So I'll be doing a special live video about that too, and maybe have Nelson Martin's DG Summer Detonator become involved with that because he covers it more than anybody I know. Also, some interesting interviews coming up for the Darkened Hour podcast. One of which is going to be a very memorable one. It's one I've been trying to conduct for a year now, and it's a former Guantanamo Bay prisoner, and his name is Mohamed Ould Slahi. The U.S. government had falsely charged him of aiding and abetting the 9/11 pilot terrorists by having them come to Afghanistan. But no charges stuck because he had never met Mohamed al-Shehhi or Mohammed Atta. He had met Ramzi bin al-Shibh, but it was for maybe a short couple of hours. But that was because while he was staying at his house, he slept over, but he didn't say anything or do anything nefarious with him. And I think what led to his demise was that he has a brother who was Al-Qaeda, and that Mohamed Ould Slahi also was former Al-Qaeda, but left well before any of the terrorism started. In fact, Slahi was part of the Mujahideen fighting against the Soviets in Afghanistan. And when that war was over, he basically left back to Germany to enter his studies in Germany. And the government falsely charged him with aiding and abetting terrorism, and they tortured this man to no end. And basically, some of the torture practices were just terrible. There was a movie named after him called The Mauritanian, starring Jodie Foster as Nancy Hollander, his lawyer. And also, another interview will be a former Guantanamo Bay guard who actually wasn't part of the torture process. He had no idea what was going on. And I'll be interviewing him in January as well. His name is Steve Wood. And another interview I think I'm going to conduct at the end of January or the beginning of February is a former Al-Qaeda spy named Aimen Dean, who wrote the book 9 Lives. His time with Al-Qaeda while working with British MI6. So these are going to be the interviews that are coming up, and they're going to be really exhilarating interviews. I can't wait to do it. And it'll be quite beneficial for everybody to listen to, because what they're going to depart to the audience is stuff that is hardly ever heard in the public sphere. And that's the one key part of the show, is that we don't entail the fantastical. We just let the stories and the facts lie, and they tell the story themselves. And there's a lot going on there. And also, too, I'll be conducting my idea for a book. This is coming from numerous people that, have pressured and tried to persuade me to write a book. And, I'm not one who thinks that he's more important enough to write a book, but I will start constructing an outline for the book. I have some ideas. I've written it down, a large summary I've shared with some people. And a lot of this information, of course, is coming from primary sources, news articles, interviews, committee hearings, and of course, the latest and released documents by the FBI, Operation Encore, Pent Bomb, and the Inspector General reports of the CIA and the FBI, and also to the eyewitnesses who were involved with pre-intelligence of 9/11. And this is where I'm going to tell the story of leading up to the events of 9/11. I'm not going to be telling the story after 9/11, but I'll be leading straight up to it. And I think that is what people should realize. There's very few books I would recommend, like The Terror Timeline by Paul Thompson, Disconnecting the Dots by Kevin Fenton, Ray Nowolski's The Watchdogs Didn't Bark, and a few others like The Black Banners by Ali Soufan. And there's other books that I could recommend, but I don't want to just keep droning on. But it's sad because there's not many, which is ludicrous in its own face, because 9/11 is such a huge event. You would think there'd be a lot of books. There are a lot of books regarding the fantastical. I'm not going to get into that because I promised myself I would never talk about these people ever again. And I'm going to hold true to that. So just wanted to give you an update about what's coming up and what's going to be following in the next couple of months. And I'll keep doing an update video for you, and anything new that's going to come, of course, you'll be the first to hear it because I want you to know about it. And that's important because the public should know about the latest information about the September 11th attacks, and without any of the fantastical involved. As dry painted as I am, but like I said, it's not about me, it's about the information, and that's all it is, and that's all it should be. Unequivocally, unabashedly, unbiased information. And in this day and age, it's a rare occurrence that you'll get somebody that will just be straightforward and not paint a picture that needs to be painted because the information tells you the story itself. So that's about it. I have nothing else. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and a New Year, and hopefully 2023 will be better than 2022. And for everybody that watches the channel and follows the channel, I'll always keep you updated, and I'll always upload a video or post some articles or post some files and documents on my WordPress. I'll link that here. I upload 5 files a day, and that's up over 5,000 uploads on my WordPress currently. And it's all at your disposal for free. So that's about it. I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, have a lovely evening.